While we're getting smarter on the pitch, wiser makes my home smarter.
Susie, after a fantastic result last week against Worcester, you've got the proverbial banana skin this weekend with DMP Sharks. What are you expecting?
Firstly, we were really pleased with what we put on the field against Worcester. Obviously, going back 2 weeks, disappointed with the end against Loughborough, but the girls are very resolute, and they decided that they really wanted to perform. It was brilliant coming back home. We haven't played at Sandy Park since January, so really excited to come back home. And as I said, we performed pretty well. There's still some fix-ups that we've looked at this week, but the important thing to remember is that Darlington, they might sit at the bottom of the table, but they're a good side. They've got good players. They're very well coached from Loughers. And they're very much improved. So we're preparing exactly the same as we would for good sides coming, and that's what we're hopefully going to put another good performance on Saturday.
But no side's put 60 points on Worcester this season. That must be a huge boost.
Yeah, it was, and the really pleasing thing, Mark, is that we've got a hooker scoring a hat-trick, but we've also got a full-back scoring a hat-trick. So for me, I'm saying, right, we're now moving the ball to different areas of the field, which is what we've been slightly criticised for in the past. So we're now getting to spaces where we should be, and we need to kick on and improve on that.
Chatting with the girls, we've been saying you've got to put the hammer down now. We're getting to the business end of the season. You want to secure that playoff spot. You want to get top two if you had your way. These are the weekends you've got to make the most of, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a couple of change-ups. We've got Chloe coming back from securing her World Cup place, which is brilliant. Pat's come back from being out of Spain. So it's always difficult when you reintegrate people to keep the continuity, but I think we've got a good core of players that are pushing this thing forward. McKinley was really good back in the second row and is getting her second start of the season, since her leg break. So the whole thing is moving forward, and we've got a good big squad who are capable of putting really good performance on. And that competition for shirts is really, really what's taking us forward. And I hope, and I'm confident we can have a really strong end to the season.
You talk about that experience, and those international girls make a real difference, don't they? They're helping drive standards, but they're probably no doubt helping the youngsters come through as well.
Yeah, they really are. When you sit in meetings, and Nancy playing in the centre is now confident to speak, but that's because she's had an international player next to her, and she's spent time with them, and she's now going to be playing in the under-20s in a couple of weeks, and that's where we want to be. Flo Robinson is growing in her maturity and her confidence, and so is Merrin in the backfield. So the fact that Kate Zachary and Patricia and everyone is there is brilliant, but the whole thing is how, I'm using my hands here, that's how it works all together, isn't it? That's what moves the squad forward. And we're still in our second season, and sometimes you forget that, but the other exciting thing is, yes, of course we're focusing on Saturday, but after that, players go in all different directions, and we're into the Cup, the Prem Cup, which we're also doing well in, so there's some exciting times ahead.
Is it challenging for you as a coach that it will get a bit patchy now? It would be 1 week on, 1 week off almost. You've got to try and keep that continuity, like you say? It
is and it isn't, because after this week, the girls, and they thoroughly deserve it, and staff deserve a week off, so that will then bring us back rejuvenated, and we're then almost into the next round of the Cup. So actually, although it seems like there's big gaps, there's a different group of players that are getting very excited about the competition that's in front of them, and those Cup games actually come quite frequently when we're back in, and that takes us almost back through to May when we resume. So we can't control what happens when the players go off to perform for Canada or States, or for England hopefully, or Wales, but what we can control is what we're doing here at Sandy Park, and when we go on the field on a Saturday, and that's the excitement.
1,000 people here last weekend, one of the biggest crowds you've had. How excited are you that the game seems to be growing here now? Your fan base is starting to grow.
It's amazing, and when the beginning, when I came here, they used to stop me because I've got my Chiefs stuff on and talk about the men mainly. But now they talk about me because they know who I am, which is a compliment, but it's because people have been here, or they've watched an interview or something, and that is so important for the game to spread. They know who the players are. The players they go into a coffee shop and people are talking to them, and that's the buzz around here for the Exeter Chiefs. And as I said, it's not, and I always say it when I speak to people, we're not men and women, we're all rugby players, and we're all in this together, and that's how Tony and Rob and everybody sees it. And as long as we maintain that, I think that the future is incredibly exciting.
You would have done your homework on DMP Sharks, like you say. They have threats,
yes.
And they've got Cooper Vuna coming in to coach them now this week. So
have they?
Yeah, so
I didn't know
there
that.
we go. So you know that they will offer a threat of some sort. You can't take them lightly in any shape or form.
They've got a really good young player called Holly Thorpe at the back and full back. They've got a fabulous number 8 that can free her hands up and offload at every opportunity. Tamara Taylor's been back playing there recently, back on loan from Sarries. They've got good fundamental players, and and they have no fear, because why should they? They're young players, or a combination of young players and experienced players who have nothing to lose. And that's, like you mentioned, a banana skin. It's always, for us to come unstuck rather than for them.
I was going to say, you're expected to win this weekend.
Yeah, the expectation's on us. But to be fair, we had everything to lose last week, and Worcester came down saying the pressure's on us as Exeter Chiefs, and actually the girls responded to it really well, and that's what we expect, and we're hoping to see on Saturday.